Downtown Douglas in Chaos Hill. So welcome back to good old Cities Skylines 2, and today I want to work on an area I'm avoiding for a good while because of some reason, because it's a very difficult area to work with, and this is this weird space between downtown and the highway and the shrubbery and all this stuff. But today I am here and I will fill this area with some creative stuff, I hope, and I will include your ideas. I asked you in my community tab on YouTube a couple of weeks ago what we could build here, and I got some cool suggestions I want to implement in the video, but we will come to this later, of course. We will now start by adding some more water to this area here. So this is the first thing I want to do. I want to transform this area to give this a little bit more water and to give it a ferry access as well. Yes, I want to extend our ferry line because we have a ferry stop just around the corner coming from the industry part of our city is the right shout, I think. And now let's extend this line. If you like what you see, leave a like and maybe subscribe to my channel as well. This would be very nice. And look at this. Oh, look at this. People floating into this ferry. But alright, however it looks, it works. So the people already using our new ferry stop and our new water body coming towards the downtown, into the downtown. I think this is a good idea to fill in the first part of our weird space. And to just finish off this space, to give it a little bit more detail, I want to add some floating docks, some boats right here. So maybe some a little bit more wealthier people have their own boats right here at the downtown. It's not actually a marina. We will come to this in a later episode, build a proper marina. But for now, we can add one or two boats. Maybe it's something for the government or something, I don't know, for the police or something like this. Maybe not private boats. You can let me know what those boats could be. But I want to fill in the spaces because I grabbed those cool floating docks. So let's make this work, shuffle some props around and add some more boats. And I think this is an interesting spot. So we have some boat access right here next to our new ferry stop, which is getting more and more popular, by the way. I love to see this. So looks good, I think. And now let's continue. And we had one idea by Trinity. Thank you, Trinity, for this nice idea. We could continue the skyscraper pattern a little bit because we have, you see, the water treatment plant on the other side of this highway. So I think people living here, or Trinity thinks this as well, wouldn't be the best idea. So we add this nice tower, this from the skyscraper pack, and I think living a little bit on the upper floor is a bad idea. Next to the highway and next to the water treatment plant, and maybe we have some offices here on the lower floors. So I think a nice skyscraper to fill in this space is a good idea. It was a little complicated to squeeze this one in to this gap, but with some help of mods like a Move It and Better Builder, we were able to make it work. And I want to create a little parking spot. Of course, I want to do this next to the skyscraper building. So we have some nice usage of this weird cramped space, but I think we can make it work. We can add another skyscraper right here, and I think this is not too big, so this is a good transition from the very high skyscrapers to the edge of the downtown. So let's add some bits and pieces, a nice sculpture and some planters to fill in this plaza right here in front of the skyscraper. And you can see a lot of people already walking here. This is what we want to see. This is cool. Maybe this junction will give us some problems in the future. We will see. But for now, this is fine. And thanks again, Trinity, for this tip. I like this, and I hope you like this new skyscraper edition in our downtown, or on the edge of our downtown. So let's finish it off with some details. And another fantastic idea came by Urban Loon, and he said we should add a nice farmers market. A custom farmers market in the heart of downtown is a fantastic idea, I think. And I already added some walls to block the noise, some barriers from the highway. And I want to use this space. And the reason I want to use this space is because it is right underneath the train tracks. So we can't build anything very high anyway right here. So I think this is the perfect spot for a custom farmers market. We will add, or we already added some parking, and we will fill in the space with some different surfaces, and then we go in, add some stands and stalls like so, and add some people, add some invisible parking. And I also added some buildings, so maybe the people can store their stuff. We can add some trucks and vans and all the good stuff. Just make it look interesting. And we can also work with some tables, so maybe there are some small kiosks or stuff where you can grab something to eat. Of course there. So, and I think this is an interesting spot here between the highway exit and the main road next to skyscraper, just across our new ferry stop. So thank you for the idea again, and I hope you like my farmers market, the way it turned out. So let's finish off this build. We have another gap to fill right here next, behind the last rows of skyscrapers, and the only access point we can come here is from our Chinatown, and we do this by creating a tunnel and coming back up, and then we are here in the new area behind the other buildings. So it's a little tricky to come here, but when you're here I think you will find something nice. And the stuff which will be nice, we have to build first, right? So let's start by adding some roads, some parking, of course. Then we add some alleyways and see what we work with in terms of space. Of course, we will add some walkability to this district as well, or to this space right here, so people at least can walk to here if they want to. Because, of course, a downtown should be walkable, right? So I added some parks right here for some recreational boost, and we of course can see people walking here. They can walk through these plazas or parks to the other side of this property, of this huge skyscraper building. And then we go in, fill the gaps with some row houses. I added a bakery as well, just some different stuff, just some mixed stuff from commercial to residential. And I also want to use Smiley's new mixed residential, commercial, medium-sized apartment houses he added to the workshop. I like them very much, and I will add those in some minutes. First of all, let's try to find something fitting for this weird triangled space right here. Maybe a little park plaza thing and some parking surrounding it. So let's see if we can make it work, make something nice looking and fitting right here. Not too bad, I think. What do you think? And now let's use the new buildings I grabbed from the workshop from Smiley's. They are very nice, and they are very good fit for our city, I think. So we can start with this building. We can add some parking behind it. We, of course, as I said earlier, want to add some walkability to this area by adding some invisible walking path like we did here on the side of this building. And of course, another custom parking lot, as I always do, is a good idea. I added the wall around it just to separate this area from the main avenue. And now let's add some parking as much as we possibly can squeeze in here and connect it again up with some invisible roads. By the way, I have a Discord server. If you want to join my Discord, you can do this. The link is in the description and on my main channel page, so we can meet each other right there, share some screenshots and some other stuff, Cities Skylines, if you want. Now let's add some detail to this wall, to this house. And I added another medium-sized building right here, and of course another custom parking lot. It's just the way we go, right? And I think the rest of the area behind the parking lots and the houses is just some overgrown grass. I think I grabbed the new grass prop by PD Elmo, I think. He did it. He is back in Cities Skylines 2. He did all good tree stuff in Cities Skylines 1. Now he has the first trees and bushes and grass. And of course I grabbed grass. I'm just desperately waiting for some proper grass. So we will add a bunch of grass alongside with some trees to fill in the last gaps right here where we really can't build anything. But I think we filled the space pretty good. This weird space between the highway and the downtown. And I think it's always the hardest part to fill in some weird gaps with some weird shapes. But I think we're doing a good job. What do you think? Okay, now let's get into some detailing. Let's detail up the backyards and maybe this little playground just to make this district look complete. It's practically not its own district. Or should we do this as an own district? I don't know. I think it's part of the downtown. I think we should leave it part of the downtown. Or what do you think? Anyway, let's add the last bits and pieces in terms of surfaces and trees, and then I think we are done for today. I think we finally managed to fill this weird spot here, and I'm happy how it turned out. Yeah, I'm very happy. It is very bustling. This is what I love to see. A lot of different stuff going on. We have the ferry. It's getting used pretty good, and just a bunch of trees and grass, and they were good. And then I say thank you for watching, and I hope I see you back here in the next episode of Cities Skylines, or in one of my next tutorials of Cities Skylines, or whatever I do on my channel. Thanks for watching. I'm Cities Fun. Have a good one. Bye bye.